Yo guys, what's up? This is Sugi-Khan and thanks for joining me today on my first Dota 2 custom map review. And I plan to do a lot more custom map reviews as long as Valve keeps working on the Reborn platform, improving the network problems, and the map makers keep publishing new cool maps and fixing bugs and glitches. And maybe in 6 months, maybe in 9 months, the whole platform will be filled with great maps and everything works smoothly, and there will be a lot of people playing different maps, and it will be amazing like it was in Warcraft 3. But speaking of Warcraft 3, our first map is Tree Tag. This is a very classical map from Warcraft 3, and it was probably the top 10 most played custom maps in Warcraft 3, at least in a certain period of time. Right now this is probably filled with only Dota maps. But let's talk about Tree Tag. So those who are unfamiliar with the theme and how the game works, the tag system is very like a big genre that was already in Warcraft 3. They had like vampirism, island defense, and of course Tree Tag. And Tree Tag is a very simple rule. So you have the Radiant, which is of course the trees, and you have the Dire. And this simple game objective is to trees need to defend against the Dire by hiding or building bases behind walls in order to outlast or kill the Dire. So you have to like go into the map, so the enemies are not able to see the whole map. It's still in fog and they have to search your base, and you have to build your base in a very good location where they won't actually try to search for you, and then you need to be lucky pretty much and able to build the base really fast so you can outlast or kill potentially the Dire with your because you have different buildings. You have the gold mines, you have the mana wells, you have the walls, and you have the towers. And eventually you will get so strong walls and towers that the Dire can't do shit about it. And that's the whole concept of the game. So that's Dire's objective, is to kill the trees, and the Radiant or the trees goal is to outlast or kill the Dire. And that's a very fun type of a gameplay. Other than if you die really early on, you can't do much except scout around the map. So some people might leave after they get killed. And of course there was a bit of a stigma in Warcraft 3 all the time that some people just didn't want to play as the hunters. Some people didn't want to play the Titan, the island defense or something like that. So usually people want to play as the trees and the trees. And that's totally normal. But to spice up the game and make it more mechanically interesting is that you have a different option from different Dire characters and different Radiant characters. Since this is a beta, I'm pretty sure that they're gonna add more characters which have more different abilities, and they have different buildings maybe, and they have different options how you build, and different treats that are really good. Some may have more movement speed, some may have a teleport like Nature's Prophet. He can teleport everywhere around the map. It has a long casting time and very long cooldown. And right now you're able to build walls, towers, and gold mines, and pretty much a mana well. I remember that in the original game you were able to build a lot more different buildings, so I assume they may be added on the later on stages of the game once the developer decides to add more content to it. And each of the different Radiants or the trees have different abilities. I'm not 100% sure do they have the different types of buildings, but it seems they have to share at least the core set of the buildings. And as Dire you have two different choices right now, which is the Timbersaw and the Bad Rider. The Bad Rider has a bit different abilities to Timbersaw, of course. The Bad Rider has the ability to destroy trees, kind of like he's able to do in the normal Dota game. And Timbersaw has just more damage and different types of abilities with each other. And usually when you're making a team, you should have perhaps one Bad Rider, one Timbersaw, or maybe you're playing as trees, you might want to have Trent, Nature's Prophet, Sinophyte, and Entroid. Just different variety of different units to make the best out of it. And right now the game is still very beta, as I've stated, but it's still fun. It's probably the best custom game in Dota 2 right now, especially if you're a fan of the tag games. The one thing I never liked about Tree Tag is that, for instance, in some tag games, once you get killed you switch the sides to the enemy, And that's a very interesting, maybe that's a bit of a hardcore in the game because you are able to see where your allies are, you know where they are. So I guess like the developer was really like smart for not doing that element, but some tag games use that. So in a theory, you can't really call it a tag because nothing really happens when you kill them. They just, you know. And one of the other problems in the game right now is once somebody dies, they can like write to all chat and tell where everybody's bases are and leak the information, and that's a bit of a dick move. But hopefully a lot of people won't be doing that. I'm not sure, is there like a possibility of removing all chat together to prevent this sort of like an exploiting and ruining the games. But just wrapping things up, Tree Tag is a very, very good game. It's a very good classical game from, or a custom map from Warcraft 3. And creator Bunny has done a really great job, and I hope he keeps adding the new content, new dire characters and new tree characters to the map to make it more perfect and more interesting in the future. And if you happen to be a map maker, please do contact me. I would be very interested, like reviewing your map in case it's ready or it's not out of alpha or beta, whatever you want to state it as. And keep expecting or expect more custom map reviews, more in-depth perhaps in the future. And please subscribe, share and like. And if you have played Tree Tag game, please do share your comments below what you thought about it as a custom map. And see you guys later on the next video. Cheers.